Hi, Sarah here with a layout process video using the April Mind the Scrap kit, and for this one I was joining in with one of the challenges we have over at the Mind the Scrap Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining in the fun, I'll be leaving links below for both the Mind the Scrap shop and also the Facebook group. You don't have to be a kit subscriber to join in with the Facebook group. You can use whatever stash you want. This was a Chinese Whispers challenge, and there's more information about it in the group, so if you want to check that out, there'll be a link below. Now, for my layout, I had to choose to either scrap lift or find a sketch to work from, and then each person in the group would then pass their layout around to the next person until everyone had done 4 layouts. So this is my one that I chose. The rest will be ones that I've been passed on to, if that makes sense. And so for this one, I chose to scrap lift Missy Whidden. I'll be leaving a link below for her YouTube video for the original layout as well. So it had lots of butterflies in a big swarm. I don't know what a swarm of butterflies is. And they're going up the page away from the photograph. So for this one I was originally wanting to use my One Canoe 2 butterflies that came in my kit, but the sizes of them were a bit too large and there weren't enough as well for what I was wanting to achieve. So what I did was I took lots of my pretty pattern papers and I cut them out on my silhouette in different sizes and styles, and then I took my Martha Stewart 3 butterfly punch and punched out some smaller butterflies to go with that. And here I am just adding a white piece of cardstock on removable adhesive, which is my placement card where my photograph will go. The layout today is a gift, a housewarming gift, so there's no photograph on this one, just that placement card, which will then be removed and replaced with a photo when they choose to do so. So here I've got my basic layout design, and I've decided on my paper layers there, and here I'm just flipping over a few of my butterflies to add a few different patterns. I wanted a few more of the black and white in there as well, so I'm adding in a few of those little ones there as well. They're the Martha Stewart ones. I do decide that there's way too many of the larger size ones, so I do take them all off and then just add a few. And for my background, the original layout was on white with mixed media behind all the butterflies, but I wanted to do mine on black cardstock using colour shines in different colours, which I'm just doing here. But my original one, which you saw right at the beginning, I sprayed on my colour shine, but I felt like it was too busy, too heavy, and I wanted to just have some splatters instead, so that's what I'm doing here. I'll just use my other cardstock to create a cut file, or I'll find something to do with that later. I do that a lot where if I'm not happy with a background and I don't feel it goes with my project, I don't worry too much, I just make another, and then at a late date I usually end up using, or at least punching shapes out of a mixed media background that I don't end up using. So here I'm just adding my lots and lots of paper layers to the back of my photo, and then I am going to get out my ephemera and butterflies and place things back on my layout again now that my colour shine is dried. I also used a distress mica spray in antique bronze alongside the colour shine, so that gave more of a pinkish orangey tone, which went really well with some of the papers. So here I've arranged my butterflies. As you can see, I've added more of the small ones and just a few of the big ones in the end, and I've just glued down the centres off the butterfly so that the wings pop up nicely. And just there I got out my Heidi swap words, the acetate gold words, and chosen a word to add on to my layout. And then here I'm just going through my Vicky Bouton ephemera to add some layers to my paper cluster. So I'm just going through what I have there. These are all things in the kit. My enamel dots there, I'm not sure if I'm using them yet. We also had some flare badges, but I felt like it was too chunky in that corner. And we also got this chipboard, crepe paper chipboard, so I'm just having a look on there and seeing if there's anything interesting I want to use there. So I end up deciding to add a couple more butterflies to mirror the fluttering ones at the top towards the bottom. So I add a butterfly on top of that arrow. I also add a layer of floral paper in a darker colour there with a scalloped edge, just to help make the pink tag below it pop a bit better off the page. I felt like it was just getting lost with all the pink without that, so I just add that underneath there, and the arrow on top there. I'm making sure that I can remove that piece of paper so that it can be removed to be replaced with a photo at a later date. So here I'm choosing to go with a black and white butterfly there, because once the photo's in place it will pop better than a darker colour one, I think. So for my beautiful word, I just glue the bottom half of that paper cluster to add the beautiful on there. I'm just taking a bit of the adhesive off there so that the paper can be pulled out from behind it still. And then next up, I think I just add a couple more tiny butterflies, which are in the original layout as well, which I thought looked really nice and really finished off the butterfly bit at the bottom. And next up, I think I get out my sequins. My sequins are by Lucy's Cards. I'll leave a link below where you can buy them. She's based in the UK, but she does ship worldwide. And she does all sorts of beautiful different mixes. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my sequins and adding them into the areas with the corresponding colours of colour shine, just to add a bit of bling and extra little dots here and there. So I'm basically getting out pinks and clear and gold and blues and any colours I think will go well, and I also get some doodlebug ones out in an orange colour to add in as well. From that little pot just at the side. I then just add a little bit of glue and just stick all my sequins down, and I'm just tipping it here to check I've not missed any. And that is pretty much it. So I'll just be showing you here a little close-up, and there'll be pictures at the end. Thanks for joining me today. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and do check out the links below. Here's some close-ups. Bye!